It's not like all the entire subreddit's fault. It's like one person posted your thumbnail and called you an incel, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. So, okay, very quickly before Turf goes, I make satirical thumbnails poking fun at the Chud thumbnails because it is the way to hijack the algorithm. I've never I've never hid that. I've never lied about it or said, no, that's not what I'm doing. That's absolutely 100% what I do. I try to make fun of it. I stick ridiculous stuff in the thumbnails. And then in the titles, I try to poke fun at them. And then you click on the video and within 5 seconds, you realize this dude is like totally progressive. And like this video is not what I expected. And I love the comments where people are like, oh my God, it's a breath of fresh air to have a video that's not like that or whatever. Well, SaltierThanKrayt took one of my thumbnails, did not use the title, just the thumbnail, and posted it in their subreddit. And if this were a Chud subreddit, I'd be like, okay, I mean, I get it, right? But they did that, and then they didn't include the link to my video, which is what I always find annoying, you know, when it comes to framing stuff, at least from the prospect of like, just like the person that shared it just shared it. There was no context. There was no, like, he didn't have a video on YouTube where he had my thumbnail and was like, well, this is what this is or whatever. Nothing. It was just the thumbnail. So fair enough. They shared it. But then the comments were like, you know, attacking me for being an incel. And I'm like, you didn't watch the video. Like that, the thumbnail pulls you in. My videos are meant to look outrageous because that is what the Chud channels do. That's how they get into the system. So if you look and you pay attention to what I like, the one that they used was the one about Sydney Sweeney. By the way, the title is ridiculous. How SNL destroyed woke with their coconuts. Like, how could you look at that and think that was a serious fucking title? Like, I would want to know. Plus, a random American flag, which has nothing to do with anything. The picture of her from her Hooters skit and Hypnotic in the corner. And did Sydney Sweeney destroy woke using it as a noun? SNL monologue goes viral. That was the title of the video. They didn't include that title. But if you click on that video, you will see that I am literally dismantling this argument. So the fact that a progressive community shared my thumbnail without any context and then tried to label me an incel and all these other hateful names, do better. Like we're out here on the front lines of this shit and you're going to like do that? Come on, do better than that.
And that led us kind of to talking about it a little bit and like how, you know, I know that there are people in there that like that watch our content for sure. You know, we're definitely smaller content creators. There's a thread in there from the other day where people were like, post your favorite non-toxic YouTubers. And none of us are mentioned, which is fine because like maybe we're toxic because we cover toxic content. Maybe we're toxic in how we talk about toxic content. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's like an adjacent thing where we're kind of, I know for sure that I skate the line with that, but I'm surprised that like Turf wasn't mentioned. Like honestly, out of the four of us, like Turf does some pretty base shit. I mean, I love our shit, but like the fact that nobody mentioned Turf was really fucking.
I was pissed off for Turf. You know who was mentioned several times though? Pillar of Garbage, as he should be,
as he absolutely should.
But also, there's a sub count issue there too, because like there's a big gap kind of between us and like Pillar of Garbage.
Oh yeah, this is completely different content. Especially my content is nothing like Pillars of Garbage content.
So you know, it's like it's it's not about like oh they don't give us our respect or whatever. It's like, look, this is actually kind of amazing that there's this subreddit of people that are everybody in there generally is like knows that these grifters are grifters. They're not cool with the bigotry and stuff like that. I don't want to say everybody that's in there because there's probably chuds hanging out in there too. But I don't know, man. Like it is kind of frustrating that we put a lot of effort and time into this stuff, into like directly going at it, and you know it. I guess I would just say that like promote your favorite content more. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the shit that's not them, right? I'm not saying it has to be us. It'd be nice if it was us, but if you don't know who we are, hey, how you doing? Hopefully you see this. Subscribe. We're the Initiative. We do this shit every week, and then we do it on our own channels a lot too. But yeah, just there's a group of these people that all generally agree on the same thing. This shit is bad and harmful and not good. It's fucking up the fandom. It's harmful, but they're not really doing anything with it. Whereas like any time that chuds get together, they're going to find a way to fucking use that as something, you know, like to do something, right? Like they're going to try and leverage that mass of people into doing something with that power that comes along with those people. And it's like, there's got to be more than just like posting shit you don't like and then like
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
shit.
that was my one criticism, is that like
Yeah.
as much as I do love that there's a lot of positive people in that community, because there are obviously trolls in there, but I see a lot of just like posting negative stuff and not a lot of positive stuff. And my one, if I'm going to give praise to the Griftosphere, and this is really the only thing I'll ever say positive about them, they know how to organize and how to promote stuff within their community. And I think that's the one thing in the progressive community that we just do not have. It doesn't work as well.
You've got latent power sitting there in your hands in that subreddit, and it's not being used. And like, and I do want to say, by the way, like, this is not to fucking shit on them in general, because I have legit made lots of content off of information that I got from that subreddit. So like,
So that's all I'm saying. Like, I expect that from the Chuddy people, but like our community, like, come on, like it really was kind of disappointing. Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No worries. I mean, because it is a very I guess we're all trying to like emphasize that spaces like SaltierThanKrayt have a lot of potential. You know, it is not often you come across a more progressive, especially within like media, like fandoms and stuff, like a positive space that where people who are tired of all like the toxicity, who want a space where they can talk about franchises they like without getting harassed and stuff, and where they don't get like bigotry towards them. I think it's a really cool like subreddit to be. It's a very cool space. When I first found it, that was back when it was like it was more focused on Star Wars than anything else, right? It was like against toxic Star Wars fans. It was a place where I was like, wow, there's other people who also like The Last Jedi, who don't just, and if some people don't like The Last Jedi, then they're not dickheads about it to other people, right? They don't like abuse each other. And I was like, damn, that's a really cool space. And like Dane said, over the years I've used a lot of the discussions in there for arguments for my own videos, and I think it's a really cool space. It's just like, we need to remember that. And I mean, I'm also a part of the subreddit, right? So I can also do more to actually take part in this, but it's like, we need to understand the potential that a space like this has online, because there's not that many of them.
And we also wonder a lot of times why people switch over to like the grifting space. It is because of the organization and the support that community gives. No shade towards anybody. Like, again, I would never even consider that, but there are people that are like doing this to try and make money off of it, and that's all they care about. And they're like, hey, talking positively about stuff gets no interaction, so I'm going to go and shit all over something and copy what these other guys are doing, and that's going to make money for me. And that's why it happens. And then like, you know, that's why I think it's great that like over here, at least Dane to some degree, not me so much, because nobody wants to come on my my shitty low-hanging fruit channel, but Dane does a really good job of like making sure that he's drawing attention to a lot of great channels and a lot of great content creators. And so I think that's super important.
Well, I'm just trying to ride the coattails is all. But you know, like, two things that I wanted to say real quick, and then I'm done on it, is this type of post, this could be a video. That could be a video. You could make a video saying, oh, well, apparently, you know, we're done with this already. It's cool. Moving on. You know, and you could kind of just like talk shit on Shad's dumbass for a few minutes. And that'd be a pretty solid, you know, concept for a short video. So like, you know, maybe consider if you're posting a lot in there, then and you have stuff to say about it, you might try making videos if you haven't done that. Also, oh shit, what was the other thing? Shad's a fucking moron. That's all.
Who also doesn't understand why his channel with negative content is underperforming compared to his,
we could get into that. I mean, if he's still going on about it next week, we'll definitely get into it.
Yeah. And I mean, just to respond to what Dane was saying, because I agree, but there is also you also need to remember that not everyone wants to make videos, and that's completely fine. Like it making a video like that can lead to harassment, can lead to hate comments. And it was just like the whole thing of putting yourself out there. It can be scary for a lot of people. That's not something like we should try to encourage people who don't want to do it to do. Yeah. And that's also not what we're doing.
You do have to have a certain, I guess, constitution about you to do it.
Yeah. If you want to use like SaltierThanKrayt, it's just like a space where you don't even post anything. You're just in there to like know that there's other people online
Mhm.
like you who are tired of this shit and who like a place where you feel safe to be.
Oh,
That's
look, it's our
awesome.
friend. With the
Oh,
first
cool.
post.
It's just we just need to if there's anyone who wants to try to make a difference, it's a good place and to start, and also just like in general with what happened to like DJ, let's make sure we're not doing what they're doing on the other side.